Good evening, everybody. DJ Verm here live with Akai and SD Madwolf. It's been a while we haven't seen SD Madwolf. He used to be on Vermland Radio's radio station doing some music, and I think he's a little bit more free now than he was in the past. So now he joined us tonight, and we're going to have a lot of fun talking with him during our show. So
you did a lot of the K-pop, and what was the other genre you were doing?
Hip-hop and R&B.
Hip-hop R&B. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great.
Definitely something I am not good at. So,
and great to see you back. Great to see you with us tonight, and hopefully we'll see you a lot. I mean, you know, it's always cool to have people joining us in our podcasts, like usual. So don't forget, everybody, to come and see us on vermlandradio.com. We have all our exciting media platforms that are there for you. Come and log in, join it, comment. Like usually Akai does that at the end, but I do it at the beginning. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Please like and subscribe and do all that stuff on the channels or platforms you're watching us on. It really helps us out. The other thing to do is if you got an idea, if you got a topic, you know, this is just pure talk. We take topics that we find on the interwebs and we discuss them and give you our 10-cent opinion, which is about probably worth less than that, but it's what we do, and we'll argue it and discuss it in a friendly manner, and it's just for more information, clarity of life, I guess.
Yeah, we try to keep it cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget
Rangers
Spotify.
Here.
Yeah. Who?
Rangers here.
Okay, tell him he can hop in. He has that number. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are on Spotify and we are on Apple Podcasts. So if you want to listen to our audio, this is always great. Come and join us. And again, join everything that we have. It helps us out, like usual. And you always have the TikToks, too, at the same time. Now I started doing some TikToks. I know Akai doesn't like TikToks, but I do TikToks. So, yeah.
You know why I don't like TikTok? Here's my rant. It's how the Chinese government is keeping tabs on your society and your people. They're taking all that information and they're squirreling it away in their little database. So keep TikToking, fools. So, okay, that's my rant. Go right ahead.
Don't comment. I don't. My comment on this, I don't mess with it anyway. So
it's good. Don't. It's good for business. I got to do it for LPV. So yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I get it.
So before we kick off on the show, we're gonna say hi to SD Madwolf. SD Madwolf, you want to maybe debrief a little bit to people who you are, and not in a nutshell. Okay, you don't need to. You know. But...
Well, I'm SD Madwolf. I used to be a DJ for Berlin radio station. I'll say 2 years ago.
Yep. Yeah, about 2 years ago. Yeah, exactly. No, he's not in.
Been lately now. My doctor's fully disabled me, so I have more time in my hand now.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay. So, because I know you used to work. I think you're working at pizzeria. You used to. I mean, last time we talked, you were at a pizzeria.
I worked at I think I was working at IHOP last time I worked.
I thought it was Waffle House.
Yeah, Waffle House. Was.
Maybe a Waffle House. Yeah,
because we were talking about Waffle House.
Yeah,
I've been going to Waffle House a long time. Okay. And I remember we were talking about it, and I was talking to SD Manuel, and I was like, I remember when they had the all-you-could-eat thing on there.
Are you serious?
I remember I had to get that old menu off the internet to show you. And he's like, no, they don't have that. They don't have that. I go, man, back in the day they did, dude. It was like $15, $15 back then, which was a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know, at Waffle House. I mean, and
So,
yeah.
To get me, man, my thing just fell. To get me on track on this, what's a Waffle House again?
You would probably best explain that one. I mean, I got some short words on it if you want me to do it.
It's a place that's open 24 hours.
Okay.
And they're basically a quick breakfast place. Basically, you're short
order cooks.
Yeah.
Hamburgers, sandwiches. You know,
Easy
hash browns. Oh God.
Easy breakfasts, waffles. A lot of bacon and eggs. A lot of bacon and eggs, grits. Grits is more.
I think they're kind of claim to fame though as the hash brown thing.
Are you serious? Oh
yes,
that's
yes.
Good.
They sell a lot of hash browns. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
Because you can get them. Because what was it? Smothered, covered, diced, chunked.
Peppers.
What was the? Yeah, peppers, caps,
which is mushrooms, gravy, and chili on it.
Yeah. Smothered was gravy.
No, smothered was onions.
Smothered was onions?
Smothered was onions.
What was covered?
Cheese.
Cheese. Yeah. So you get a lot of. Oh yeah, and then you can put chili on top of it.
Oh God, I see.
And if you get it diced, you get chunks of ham in there.
No, diced is tomatoes. Chunk is ham.
Chunked is ham?
Yeah.
I'm getting them all mixed up. I haven't been to a Waffle House in a while. Every once in a while, I take my kid there.
I have a guy who when they used to come in my Waffle House, he get a triple order hash browns all the way.
Oh, that sounds good.
And he always added 6 slices of extra cheese on it. Oh God. And extra peppers.
So okay, so now you got to explain to everybody what is the hash browns all the way. What is that?
Basically, that's all our toppings, including gravy and chili.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, everything that's on the menu.
That sounds good. A doctor's not going to like the fact that I'm eating it.
No, he doesn't like it. That is.
But they use a white gravy?
It's a sausage gravy.
Yeah.
It's sausage white. It's white gravy. Sausage gravy.
If they just changed it up to a brown gravy, it'd be a poutine.
Oh, I love brown gravy. I used to bring my own brown gravy, heat it up in the stove, and eat on my hash browns.
Yeah. I've been experimenting with gravy in my freeze dryer.
Oh, really?
So after I get done with the meal, there's always like a cup or two of gravy left over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, it just seems like a waste to throw this down the sink, or and if you put it in a Tupperware or whatever, it's just gonna sit in the back of the fridge until it grows mold,
Yeah.
So I freeze dry it and I powder it now, and when I'm out camping or whatever, I just take hot water, add my powdered gravy to it, boom, boom, gravy, instant gravy right there.
And it's all you cook. It's all you got, all the demi-glace in it and all that.
Yeah, it's got all the spices and everything's already in it. Yeah, all I'm doing is adding back the water because it's been freeze dried.
No, I don't have a thing that does freeze dry at my house.
Yeah, I have a freeze dryer. That was my big purchase like a year and a half ago, and I've been using the heck out of it. I've done everything from gummy bears to toffees to Skittles to ice cream to
gummy bears.
Yeah, they'll puff up and get all like Coke bottles. Coke bottles are really good to do. Yeah, the Coke bottle gummies. Oh man, that's super intense. Super intense. The wife likes the Skittles. I'm not a big fan.
I
freeze
like
drying the Skittles. The what?
Nerds. You guys have that?
Yeah, Nerds.
Candies that are sour.
Oh, Nerds. Freeze dried?
Yeah, I think they're kind of freeze dried. Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Well, I should try to freeze dry some. I don't know what'll happen to them. I haven't tried to freeze like
Wait,
peach
is it
rings.
freeze dried? No, it's not freeze dried. It's just like a it's like
Yeah, it's like a hard candy.
yeah, it's like a nugget.
Yeah.
But all small nuggets. And then when you pop that in your mouth, it's like all sour. It's like
Yeah, I remember I had them before.
Yeah, and so toffees though, or caramels, whatever you want to call them, caramels, like the ones you get from oh gosh, I can't remember the name of them, but I have to cut them in thirds when I put them into the freeze dryer, because if not, they'll swell up so big that the tray will get stuck, and you can't get the tray out. But it turns them into little caramel fluff balls, and they're so good. How's it going, Rock Force? And yeah, so that was crazy. So I got gravy in there right now, freeze drying.
So technically, we talked about candy. What is your favorite candy?
What is my favorite candy?
Yeah, what is your favorite candy?
I really like a Three Musketeers.
Okay, that's a
But
candy
I
bar?
but I also really like Kit Kats and Rolos. I got hooked on Rolos when I lived in England.
Rolos, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my favorite.
Oh, the Reese's peanut butter cup.
Yeah. Reese's
Yeah. Oh man, I gotta.
I bought a bag about 2 weeks ago. I haven't opened it yet. Don't tell my doctor I'm eating one of those, because he will yell at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They all yell at us.
You just had a pretty big surgery though.
Yeah, I had open heart surgery back in November.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're doing well since then.
Bypass, dual bypass.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't say. I'm trying to say here how to say it right. My heart doctor, we did echocardiogram a couple weeks, about 3 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, and he said the fracture rate is down since my surgery. So now he's wanting to do a Wednesday next week. I go in to do he wants to scan my legs, my arteries in my legs, and see how they're doing.
Make sure they're getting all the proper flow. Yep.
Yeah, because I've been taking water pills, and the water's just not coming out right.
Okay.
Well,
okay.
Well, I wish you the best of luck on that for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
you'll get through it.
Oh yeah, it's just life in general.
Yeah. So my candy, and I'm sure you guys must have already ate that. It's sweet tarts.
Oh God, I haven't.
Yeah, I haven't had one of those in years.
Yeah, and now they make them all different. They make big sweet tarts, small sweet tarts. They make the ones like rockets. It's like I used to like the lollipop sweet tart.
I used to like the Tootsie Roll, but I haven't. Yeah. I can't eat those, and my teeth don't like it.
God, I love a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
Coke bottles is another one. The Coke bottles.
Oh, I
Coke
had
bottles and peach rings.
Oh yeah,
the old school. The old school peach rings that you remember those?
Oh yeah. Not the ones of today, but yeah.
Yeah, but the old. So we got this little shop downtown, and in the winter, it's actually a nursery. It's a greenhouse nursery place, and in the winter, it's called Spencer's. They have a like old timey candy shop in the basement room of the one in this area. And they got all the old Coke bottles. You remember the candies used to come on a strip of paper, and all like French peanuts and all the old stuff. They got it all down there. You can go down there, and we go every year. Everybody just kind of picks out a few things that they want, and then you buy it and you leave. You get a couple frozen pies and the wreath for the front door, and it's a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for the little kids, the littler kids, because they're just running around picking out whatever candy they want. They get a candy cane that's bigger than their head.
Yeah, and then we all know Halloween's coming up. I mean, you guys do Halloween?
Yes.
Not you guys, but I mean,
the States does Halloween, yes, but
Yeah, I
Yeah.
personally.
There we got a scarecrow coming in. Here we go. Talking about Halloween.
This guy's scarecrow.
I don't.
How you doing, buddy?
We
Yeah.
don't do Halloween. We don't do Halloween in our neighborhood.
No,
We
you
do.
don't?
No.
No, but I don't have much. Where I live, I don't have. A lot of the kids in my neighborhood are older now. Except I have my two next door neighbors. They're young. They have two young kids, but the rest of my neighborhood don't have that many kids anymore because a lot of them are, I'll say, 18 and higher.
Then
I gotta get
why
above this. I feel like I'm. Where's Waldo? You know, got that just pure talk, so big that it hides.
It's your screen.
It's your screen. I mean, I see you.
Screen.
Hey,
Yeah, your whole head is
you're
above
there.
the thing. Yeah.
Completely there.
Oh, okay.
So,
I see you.
yeah. Why,
You're gonna need to
Akai,
explain.
don't you guys do Halloween?
In our neighborhood, the HOA really doesn't do it, and they don't say you can't, but it's a real pain. And there's not a lot of kids in this neighborhood,
Oh, okay.
so I mean, when you see a younger kid, you're like, oh, somebody must be visiting grandma, and because I'm probably, me and my wife are probably some of the younger people that live here. It's a very older neighborhood.
Okay. It's more
Yeah.
private. It's a private neighborhood, I think, or something like that.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
and that's
What
part
about
of it
you?
too.
Yeah. Steele, what about you? Halloween.
All Hallows Eve is celebrated down here. Yeah, pretty much we do it on Halloween night, and it's usually like I think the kids start trick or treating from 6 to 8. And
do you still I'm sure you trick or treat again. You still do it.
trick or treating. And no, I throw candy at the kids or scare them to jump out from a bush.
I'd see you all dressed up.
So you got to remember that. Let's hark back to the days of childhood. From whenever your parents started taking you out trick or treating till about 13, 14, and then you graduated from trick or treating to bag snatching from 14 to 18, and then. And then at 18, you weren't interested. After that, you were in the military. You were doing something else.
Yeah, totally.
The funny thing was, even in the military, I remember our battalion commander and command sergeant major would do at the HHC. They would have a big Halloween party. I don't know if you guys did it in your unit there, Akai. Did you guys ever do a Halloween get together at the HHC for the family?
No.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I
Part of
can't
the-
say for sure because I never got tasked with that detail. And when I was in the military, I was pretty much single. I had a girlfriend, but I was pretty much single. I didn't
Well,
have
I
kids or anything.
I was single for the first several years, and then I got married at 25, and so. But it was. But even when I was single, they asked for volunteers, and when I was part of the E4 Mafia, I was the damn wolf man. I was the crazy wolf man. I had a whole suit, and I actually they had costumes for us to wear, and so I dressed up as a wolf man, and we outfitted like the day room into a haunted house, and kids could tour through it and get scared. And then afterwards, like in the assembly area, they had a ton of tables set up with food and crap like that. But and then I kind of stopped once my kids got old enough. We kind of just did it from our house instead of going on post and doing it with the other Yokos. Although I got reamed one time by my first sergeant for not showing up. He's like, I like all my sergeants there. I was like, especially the married ones. But I was like, we got caught up at our house. Doesn't matter. But I still I think this might be. I don't know if my daughter is going to do it this year or not. It might be her last year. Mackenzie's she might be 13, but she looks like she's about 16 because Mother Nature is cooler. So she's. But I think she could get away with it. She's got quite a baby face, so we put her in something baggy and throw her out there. And then my son Cody, he's still young enough looking. Boys mature a little bit later than girls, so he's got about another year before he starts looking. He's grown a lot, so I don't know. He says that he probably won't go trick or treating this year because he wants to just chill with his friends. So I was like, all right. I stopped trick or treating about 13. Just because I thought it was kind of lame.
It was, yeah.
Can argue there, that one.
Yeah, exactly. So, Akai, I know you had a couple of topics tonight. You said that you got...
hold on. Could I interject? Now, Akai, you grow that, scruff out that beard a little bit more by Halloween, you'll look like the damn Wolfman. Just got to put on makeup.
That's if my wife lets me continue to grow it out. She may tackle me in the middle of the night with a pair of clippers, but
just make sure she has that Gillette razor.
No. So I actually switched over back to a safety razor.
Oh, you doing the single blade
safety razor? I pay $9. I pay $9 for 100 blades, dude.
That's like the Dollar Shave Club.
And so I got a Hansen safety razor. Mm-hmm. I think it's Hansen. I'll have to look them up. But absolutely love it, dude. It's like the best razor ever used.
Now, do you have the cup with the
mm-hmm. I got a Viking synthetic badger hair brush, and then I got I use I forget who makes the soap, but it's a lard based soap, tallow based soap, so it's real creamy and smooth on the face. Yep, it's made over in England. Comes in a mahogany bowl. It's kind of pricey, but I've had it forever. I mean, and a refill's $20-something, but the bowl was like 40 or 50 with the soap. So, but
not bad.
No, and I've literally had it over a year, and I'm still going. So it lasts a long time. But you get 2 or 3 shaves out of the razor, sometimes more because my hair is really fine, and it cost me 100 shaves is less than $10.
Wow.
And so it's probably around 200 or 300 shaves. I could probably, if I was to shave every day, that box of razors would last me a year.
Okay.
For $10. You can't beat that deal.
No.
Because look at what's a pack of Gillettes or whatever. What are you guys using?
I have an electric one.
You have an electric?
Yeah, I have. It's like it looks like a real razor blade, but it's snippers.
Okay.
Same. Like the Bics you talk about.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like that, but it's electric, so it goes down.
Okay. So what are you using, Steel?
Gillette Mach 3s.
What are those running now?
For a pack of, I think it's a pack of 5 razor blade or razor heads. It's like $11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, blades are $11?
Oh yeah.
Is it for 3 or 5 blades?
5 blades.
So 5 blades. That's $2 a blade.
Well, send me a pack, man, because it's about $60
for a 5-pack.
Yeah, but I'm talking to Mac 3, Mac 4, whatever it's called. Yeah.
I use a Gillette Lab. The Gillette Lab.
Okay.
And I think that they're a pack of 3 down here is going for like $32 a pack.
But that's it.
And that pack of 5 is going for about 50, 60.
Okay.
So that's ridiculous. So I just dropped the link in our personal chat.
Yeah,
You guys can see that. That's the Hansen razors.
Yeah.
Some of them are more expensive than others, you know, like if you get titanium or whatever, but if you just get a standard colored one, then, you know, $70 for the razor and then $10. So you're looking at $80, you know, probably $100 to get started. And the best shave ever. I mean, because, you know, the way it's designed, it just pulls the skin down and boom, gives you a perfect shave, you know. And then
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, I watched my barber who does my beard, works my beard. He does the old school shave.
Yeah, he has like
straight
that
razor.
blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has the blade.
I love a straight razor.
Yeah, they do that.
So clean when he cleans the back part of my neck up with it.
Yes.
So clean. I mean, he makes it so nice. I mean, I can understand why his spice is a little expensive for me, for my taste, but I remember barbers used to be like, you could get a haircut for like $6 back in the day. Now you go to like a hair salon to get your hair done, you're looking at about $30 to get a haircut.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is. Well, it is. Yeah.
But I think
I forget. I every time I take the boy for a haircut, it's about $50.
Yeah,
for me and the kid.
Yeah, it's sometimes. I think it's. How can I say it? I understand it's the cost of doing business, like the try and place it in my head right, come out right.
Yeah.
The cost of the place, the parts and stuff, you name it. It's so expensive.
Well, you know, rent's gone up, the utilities have gone up.
Yep.
You know, everything's gone up. You know, and it's just going to keep going up.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go with. Shoot. Now the part is, I'm not sure what your guys' water bill is where you guys live at. My water bill is when I first moved here. My family first moved here. Our water bill was strangely around $7 a month. Now it's up to $10 a month. But I think that's we've been living here.
That's it.
About
$10 a month.
Yeah, because
wow.
I don't have sewage connected to my day. I have a septic system where I live at.
So
okay.
You actually
last summer, I had a little oopsie-doo in my sprinkler system, and 1 month my bill was $1,000.
Oh, I'll believe
Ooh.
it. You live out. I can't remember. You
live in Colorado, but
yeah, you don't live in a desert area, man. You live in a desert area.
Yeah, it's a high plains desert, but we got plenty of water.
Yeah.
don't let it. They're like, you can only.
You have a pumping system, or is it the municipality?
Municipality.
Okay.
Yeah, I have county water for me.
Okay, yeah, that's the reason why you guys pay tax.
I only pay $10. I only get. I think they don't tax the water side; they tax the sewage side down here.
Oh,
but you pay for water, right?
Yeah, I pay $10.
Where you live, Verm?
Well, we pay. It's a yearly
Or are you on a
fee.
well?
No. I'm with the city, but for now it's ridiculous. It's something like I think it's $50 for a year.
That ain't too bad. That's actually not a bad price.
I would take that any day of the week.
Yeah, because but we're limited. We're limited a lot, so it's you know, I mean, you can't spray your lawn. You got like 2 hours. 4 hours a week. You're allowed to you know, So we're limited, but the Canadian government or the provincial government is trying to maybe think of taxing the water. I mean, the maintenance of the water. So and we're maybe going to have pumps. It's going to calculate like the electricity.
We have meters. Yeah,
meters.
So
we get the word.
We get charged on the amount that we use.
Oh yeah, we have water down here.
And what I don't like about where I live is people that have bigger properties and they're trying to water bigger properties, because we're told by the HOA that we have to maintain our green and do all this stuff, right, to keep all that live stuff alive. So it looks good. But if you live in a tiny house in town, you're allowed to use as much water as I am. But if you live in a bigger house and you need more water to water all the landscaping, you're actually going to get penalized because you got to use more water. And they say, well, you're taking more than you should.
Funny, there was an HOA down here who got in trouble for enforcing that rule. And the state went, no, I think it was Swiftwood. That's who, Southwest Waters Management. They went after them, and the HOA was forced to, I think they had to pay like for the next 5 years about $10,000 in fines a month.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was really. I read it. Remember, it was like this happened like 2 years ago. So, the state recently passed a law that HOAs cannot force you to water more than what the county allows you to do. And a lot of HOAs are fighting them on it, but this HOAs they've been trying to limit the powers in HOAs down here in Florida.
Oh, okay.
For the last 2 years, because the HOAs have been horrendous.
Yeah, so the HOAs, man. But I can't fight my HOA. No way to do it. They have too much money. I don't have that much money.
Yep.
So speaking of people that have a lot of money, I'm going to segue into Jeff Bezos.
Yep.
So I learned of this couple, this gentleman and his wife, Amy Steiner and Nelson and Carl Nelson. Carl Nelson worked for Amazon, securing land and stuff for data centers for Amazon.
Okay.
And when you go to work for Amazon, you got I guess his contract to go work for him was 10 pages long.
Jeez.
His legal contract. But basically said he could do side jobs, do side work, and as long as he wasn't working against Amazon or getting kickbacks or anything like that, it was legal and legit. He could do it.
Okay.
Well, he left Amazon, started his own real estate thing, and was finding land for data centers.
Okay.
Because there's a whole bunch of stipulations, power consumption and water and all that stuff that they need.
Oh, yeah.
So after he was working it, he got a visit one morning from the federal government, Department of Justice, and basically said, hey, confess to these crimes, or we're basically going to indict you. You're under investigation for, violating the law.
Okay.
And he's like, well, what law? Well, we can't tell you. You're just under investigation. Don't go anywhere, basically. But when they did that, they started calling all his real estate people. They started calling all his contacts, all the people that he'd done business with. And so basically nuked all his business opportunity, right?
Okay.
Wow.
Took all that away from him. Then they did civil asset forfeiture seizure, basically RICO law stuff, right? On this guy, and seized all his assets, all his cash, all his money, right? Cars, everything. And what you can do in this country, you can basically they can come take your stuff and say, no, we're charging your stuff as being ill-gotten gains, that you got it with illegal proceeds, and we're going to take it away from you. So you got to basically go to court to get your assets back, right? And a lot of people are not very successful at it, so the government just auctions it off and sells it, and you're out the money. Then after they got all their assets seized, then Amazon hit them with a lawsuit on this whole deal.
Okay.
And was saying that he had done all this bad stuff to the company and everything while he was, working for them, which he didn't, because he didn't do any side work until he'd left the company.
Okay.
But once you leave the company, he was doing his own thing. And his contract said he could do that kind of stuff. So 3 years, I think it's been about 3 years now. $3 million in legal fees this gentleman has spent to fight this federal indictment.
Okay.
And finally, they just said, well, do you have a copy of my employment agreement with Amazon? They're like, no. And when they finally they gave him a copy of it, but during all the evidentiary, getting all the evidence from the feds, found out that, Joe Buddy that worked at Amazon called was basically emailing another buddy in the Justice Department. They had like a meeting, an hour-long meeting where they pitched that this guy was committing a crime against Amazon and breaking federal law, which he didn't. And so the guy has spent the last 3 years in court fighting for his life, his family's life, and his assets. He spent over $3 million to fight off Amazon and the feds.
Okay.
Oh, I hope you won.
He did. They finally dropped a lot of the charges, and they're like, and the federal government's like, oh, we're the good guy. We're going to drop the charges on you. But it cost him $3 million to fight the federal government.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So they cash.
So she started up a company, and they're both entrepreneurs. They can, they're pretty good at making money. So they, but it's still a lot of cash, a lot of their, future business and expansion and all that stuff is gone down the tube because they had to put it all into courts and lawyers. So now they're in the process of suing Amazon.
They probably win.
And they've won one of the cases already, but the federal government wouldn't give him a letter saying that he had been dismissed of all these charges. So every time you look his name up, his name's in the paper saying that he's a criminal and he's fraud and all this stuff, that he's now been dropped of it, but they never, no news article, no news release, no nothing. And when you try to look this guy up on the internet, it's like the internet has been scrubbed. It's very hard to find an article about this guy and his family, what happened to him, because Jeff Bezos owns part of the media.
Huh.
And so the other media stations won't cover it because they don't want to go against Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
So, and this is not the only person that Amazon has done this to.
Really?
So it kind of makes you concerned. Well, people just take the deal because they don't have the money to fight it. He's lucky his wife's actually a lawyer.
Oh.
Yeah. So she knows people to call. She's got contacts in the business, But if you don't have a lawyer, it gets expensive quick.
It does. It does.
Every phone call is $500.
So, what's going on with Ranger?
I don't know what Ranger's doing.
Quiet.
He's probably
here listening
maybe
to
he's absorbing this. But but part of
that
the
should make him talk about the government. He'll talk.
So part of the thing that she brought up is the reason why these people are going after these people is because Amazon which is their suspicion, is these large corporations, is why these large corporations are going after ex-employees, getting help from the DOJ and all this stuff, is because they get a kickback that basically they get a tax write-off for legal expenditures. They can write off their legal expenditures, is what's the theory. Because look, if you go work at DOJ and you work there a few years and blah blah blah, and you're on a case and you did good, and then you're working with people like Amazon or Boeing or any things, and then you'll get a nice offer from Boeing because you didn't go full out on them in an investigation, and then all of a sudden now you're working as a Boeing lawyer, making 4 times as much.
Boeing should watch themselves because they're in trouble already.
Oh, yeah, but they're not. Nothing's going to happen to them. Nothing's going to happen to the people of Boeing that did it. The company will get a fine, but the people that committed the crime, nothing will happen to them. The same thing in Amazon. The people that committed the crime, the people that colluded with the Department of Justice, the people that colluded within Amazon, the guys, the lawyers there that said, hey, we're going to make this guy look like a crook when he's not a crook, when he no longer even works for you. He's no longer an employee, and we're still going to go after him. And all these charges got dropped. He spent $3 million fighting it, and nothing's going to happen to these people. They're not even going to get charged themselves. That's the part that drives me nuts with this stuff.
Did he ever get his stuff back from the government?
Some of it he got back, but
Did he have to sue for it? Because I know a lot of people did have
Oh,
to
yeah.
sue.
For civil asset seizure, you got to sue.
Yeah.
You got to basically take the government to court, and that's why if you're traveling with a, they'll probably get a bonus. Exactly. Like there was that Marine that was traveling with a large sum of cash because he lived in his vehicle.
I remember that.
And it was like $12,000 or $18,000 in cash he had on him. And they're like, nope, this is illegal. We're taking it. And thank goodness for social media, because if it wouldn't have been for social media hounding all these people, he'd have probably never seen his day in court, and that money would have been gone.
Oh, I think he got it back.
He got it back. He got it back, but it took him like 3 or 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so, and he's not the only, but there's lots of other guys that were like going to buy a car or going to go, put a down payment on a business or something like that, and carrying large sums of cash. And they got stopped by a traffic stop, and their cash got seized, and they never got it back.
Yeah, there's a guy I remember. I watch. There's a YouTube guy. Leto's Law. Leto's Law.
Oh, Leto's Law. Leto's good. I like him. That's a good YouTube channel.
And he said there was a guy who went. He was a lot of the time they do cash for making movie sets and movies.
Yes.
And guy has like $78,000, and the DEA confiscated, said it was drug money.
Yes.
And he proved it was not drug money.
Okay.
But it probably cost him $10,000-$15,000 in lawyers to get that back.
Yeah, I can't remember.
And then the government doesn't have to pay any fees on it. But what happens is the police, like, so say for instance, like your local police department pulls you over, says, oh, you've got this money and we're taking it. You got $10,000. Well, they turn around and go, this is illegal money. They give it to the feds as fast as they can, because the feds take 25% and kick back 75% back to the local municipality.
Yep, it's true. It's 100% true.
Yep. And so, and then you go fight the feds to get your cash back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's all because of RICO laws, because they were trying to stop drug traffickers and all that stuff like that.
It's like I'm not gonna go there. I can't go there. It's It's like qualified immunity for cops and judges. I'm sorry. That's a
So I
pet.
saw another great.
That's a subject I do not want to get on this.
I will here. So you have qualified immunity where if a cop does something that he's covered under this immunity clause to where you can't sue him, you can't do anything to him, right? So I learned about another one. So Indian tribes have even better than that. Their police, if you want to sue an Indian tribe's police, say you park a car somewhere where they don't want it and they move it and damage it, right?
Mm-hmm.
In order to sue those police officers, you have to get basically an act of Congress. You have to go through the federal government in order to sue that Indian tribe, even though they're a sovereign nation. Those Indian tribes are sovereign nations within the borders of the United States.
Yep, that's true. There are protected. I'm trying to remember how this says it, how the wording is. I know it.
Yeah, but they have a special status, and
yeah, it's true.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's crazy. Hey, give me a sec. I just want to welcome everybody that's listening to us on channel. Welcome to Let's. I was gonna say Let's Make It Loud. God, man, I'm coming back with my old title.
Old title.
Yeah, just pure talk with us here. We have SD Manuel as our special guest tonight. Then we got the other one that says that he lost 4 pounds. That means Steel Ranger, or we could, or intimately you could call him Speed Bump. He's gonna hate me. And then you got Akai that's here tonight. So for everybody that's listening to us,
I do like the part you say you lose. Was it 6 pounds or 8 pounds? Congrats on that, man. That's such a. I know when you get older, it's hard. It gets hard to lose the weight. I'm not gonna lie.
no, it is no, but I mean, yeah, I lost 30 pounds.
I
just used the bathroom and lost 4 pounds. So.
Did you see that other thing where there was an Amazon distribution center that went union?
Oh yeah.
What happened there?
Yeah, well, Amazon has still not come to the table to talk to the union.
Are you serious?
Really?
Serious.
Well, FedEx has a corporate charter that says absolute no unions at any time. Otherwise, you will be fired if you try to start a union.
Which is illegal.
But
it's illegal.
You can't stop employees from starting a union.
No, you can't. This federal. Isn't that federal law?
It's federal law.
Yeah, the only thing that could happen is they'll shut down the shop completely. So.
Yeah.
That's what my boss said. He said if we voted to go union in our shop, then he would just close the business because he can't afford it. There's a lot of hidden costs in having a union.
Yeah, there's a lot of costs.
Especially paying the fat cats up at the top.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, some of those guys shouldn't be in power. I kind of agree with there.
So, I don't know if you've seen it lately, Akai. I've been hanging out at St. Tip, one of the biggest rodeos.
Oh, okay.
Rodeos, where my son is competitioning.
Good luck.
Yeah, it's going great. He's loving it. I'm there every weekend. So for the last week, if ever you guys want to go see a little bit of what's happening, you got to go see it on
Vermont Radio.
Yeah, no, Vermont Radio. I was going to say the other one there. So TikTok. Yeah, I put
the ticker talks.
Yeah, I put it on TikTok.
I don't do TikTok.
No, I know.
Chinese communism at its best.
Yeah, I know. But you know,
gonna get your social score. You're gonna have already pre-registered.
Yeah, my camper's over there for the past 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, going to get it on Sunday. So we're going back down there for it to go see my son again.
Just leave it parked there.
Well, we have we have a site. We have a site over there that we get every year. So because until my son keeps winning to get there, so
nice,
really marvelous,
nice.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations
I'm loving it.
to him.
Yeah. And we still get contracts from different now. We have another association that came up to us to come and do their end of the year. So we're going to be doing some music over there.
Nice.
I'm really proud of the company.
You're getting ready for retirement.
Yeah, the company is growing. So
before too long, you're going to have to go.
Yeah, exactly. So what's going on? I'm gonna open a little bit because I think he's getting tired out. He put his fireplace. He's gonna start sleeping on the fireplace. So
put my head in the fire here. See?
What's going on with the American presidential thing? There we go.
All I know is that
you did open that can of worms.
Kamala Harris.
No, but I want him to talk a bit down there.
Kamala Harris is an empty vessel, and anyone that wants to vote for her can go ahead because that's what Kai and I and many others have served to protect. It's your right to vote for whoever you feel like, even if they are the worst people in the world to vote for. And communists. But anyway,
it amazes me the amount of Democrats that are coming forward now, and they say they're going to vote for Trump because they feel so jaded on what happened with Kamala getting selected. Because there's so many other better candidates. We
got a lot of African American men in our shop and labor force of our shop, and they're all contracted, but they're all for Trump. I mean, we got some guys that several back in 2020 they were all Biden saying, it's funny because you can see the Biden Harris stickers on their cars half covered by Trump stickers now. And they have buyer's remorse. But a lot of them are like, you know what? What the big thing is going around most of them now is ever since Kamala Harris said she was going to be a prosecuting president, those guys do not like hearing that. And the fact that she has a history as a lame duck prosecutor of putting African American men who smoked weed in jail.
Innocent men. She has also got a record of putting innocent people in jail.
And holding them in jail after they're, like keeping them there even longer than they were supposed to be. So the whole thing is that, like, I hear it every day is the guys up and down, in the corridors talking, saying, hey, I'm not going to vote for someone who's going to throw me in jail for smoking weed. A prosecuting president sounds like she's just going to be an authoritarian dictator, and they're wising up. The thing is that the Democrats constantly play this game like it's still 1982. And that
how do you think these people feel?
How
do you think these people feel?
Concept of internet, it's like
that are now getting out in these states where weed is legal.
Yeah.
And they've been in jail for 20-something years over weed.
Yeah.
And a lot of the guys say that, the African American women are still voting for Kamala because, one, she's a woman. Two, she is for abortion rights. And three, she is a woman. It's like there's a lot of. I heard a lady in the store the other day just talking in the line in back of me, and she was on the phone, and she was like, "Oh, I'm voting for Kamala," and she's like, "Why? Because I want the first female president. I don't care about her politics. I just want to see a female president." And I'm like, this is the ideology that they've been pushing so much on.
To me, that it's such a wasted vote.
Oh, it is.
Like, I've always taken pride on educating myself on the person I'm voting for and what their policies are, and like taking a deep dive into everything that candidate's about. That way that, okay, I'm voting for a good person. I could care less what their political party is, as long as they're a good person and they're going to do the right thing for the people.
I wanted to hear that. What because I don't want to go off on one or another, but I mean, what is a good candidate today?
Well,
if you listen to everything that's going on, but if you listen to everything that's going on, okay, I'll talk my view as a viewer that watches everything on TV, because I'm not in the States, but I mean, I'm in Canada, and I hear that. And don't talk about my president, please. Don't talk about my government, okay? I know. Every time I start talking about yours, you start hitting on my Justin Trudeau.
Well, he's full of stuff to hit about.
No, I know, but yeah, and
he's still not as bad as Kamala, but he's about neck and neck.
No, but the thing is, I hear stuff on one party, I hear stuff on the other party, and then both parties have kind of a wish list of stuff going on. Both are being called future dictators. So one wants to take out some policies to become like united, and he could do what the hell he wants in the country, and he wants to be, there won't have any more elections, and he's gonna, I hear all these crazy stuff, and I'm going, it's one of the reasons why I just go like, what the hell is going on?
Well, it's like when all the candidates were running. Of all the candidates were out there, the big one that the big battle I would have seen was Kennedy and Trump. If Kennedy would have been selected, Trump would be getting a run for his money. He really would.
Yeah, I think Kennedy probably would have made me run for money. Now, I don't know much about Kennedy.
But Kennedy was pretty well rounded.
But here's the thing: if Kennedy had stuck in, I knew a vast number of people, friends of mine as well,
the media as
coworkers, that were originally going to vote for Biden, and they were on the more leaning towards the left side.
Oh,
and if Kennedy had run, I think he would have seriously taken a lot of votes away from Biden, just on the environmental issues that he was supporting and some of the other things. But
I think if like I said, if the Democrats would have put Kennedy in at the DNC, made him the candidate for the Democrat Party, I think he would have given a real run to Trump. Where I don't see I see some shady things going on with Kamala. But what's funny now is Kennedy turned around and said, I support Trump. I'm voting for Trump. And what came out a couple days ago, if you guys remember Dick Cheney?
Mm-hmm.
Dick Cheney, who's, Republican vice president, is now voting for Kamala Harris.
So they're like switching around.
He doesn't like the things that Trump did, which they can't charge him with anything because nothing's sticking because he didn't do anything illegal. So,
no,
or they can't find the evidence.
I'm sorry,
to charge him with it.
He has good lawyers.
I don't think it's good lawyers. I think it's the lack of evidence.
You got money. You got the best lawyers. Whatever you've done bad, you'll get out of it. They'll never prove something because they'll always
do that whole
Steele
dossier. So they did that whole Steele dossier, and they found it was all bullcrap put on by Hillary's campaign, that Obama used the DOJ to illegally wiretap into his campaign. Nobody's charged with all the laws that Hillary and Obama broke.
Mm-hmm.
And we're worried about a hooker he slept with. Really?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, if I was Trump and I was in a debate with Kamala Harris, and she tried to bring up that whole hooker thing.
Isn't there supposed to be a debate?
I'd have been like, that's real rich coming from the woman who slept with the governor of California to get an appointment as a prosecutor. It's I mean, the thing is I think in candidates, when I'm looking at a candidate to vote for personally, I'm kind of that swing vote. I'm kind of I wouldn't say swing vote.
I would agree.
Independent, type voter. Like, I'm not riding party lines. I'm conservative, but I'm not. You can say I'm a conservative, but I don't ride the Republican line, but I also don't ride the Democrat line. I ride the conservative line because my values are pinpointed at the Constitution, our freedoms, especially the First and Second Amendments. And then also,
let's answer this question here.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. That's why I pulled it up. I like Oma's question.
I do like Oma's question, but I think it's a little of both in my view, because him being a businessman first has seen all the, and that's one of the things he really pushed for when he was in as president, was dropping all the stuff that was tying businesses back and hurting businesses from growing, and reducing tax rates on businesses and all that stuff. I think it's a little both. It's what's best for business in the country and what's best for his pocketbook, because his businesses definitely benefit from anything he does for business.
True. I, like myself, I'm an independent. I've been independent since I was out with the boat. I pretty much do. I would say 90% of the times I do vote for Republican nominations, since I can't vote in the first voting. We vote for the primary. Is it the primaries or?
Well, it depends on what your state does.
I think it's I know I got a general election on November. I think it's a primary. I think it's primaries in Florida. And if you cannot vote. If you're independent, you cannot vote in the primary, but you can vote in the general election itself. For
yes, so you're unregistered.
No, I'm registered.
You're registered to vote, but you're not a Republican or a Democrat. You're an independent.
I'm an independent.
Yeah.
I see some really good candidates I did like, but they all drop out for me. Every one of them.
Yeah.
The ones I like, they drop out. All right, that's.
Well, we have to thank you for coming this time, Mad Wolf. It was a pleasure to have you here, and we'd like to see you again. And then
you're welcome. Yeah.
I know it's the end of. I know it's the end of the. It's the end of the hour for us, and thanks for everybody for checking in. Rock Force and Oma. I'm gonna say Oma, but
I'm gonna say the same thing because I think I'm killing it too in my head.
Oh yeah, I really appreciate you guys showing up, and I would please like and subscribe. Hit all those little comments down there. If you got a thing, you can go to vermlandradio.com, buy some swag out there at our store, or send us an email if you would like a topic for us to cover, or if you have a news article on a topic and you would like us to talk about it, please send a link for that news article, and we are more than happy to cover it, as long as it fits in, YouTube's guidelines. So
yeah,
there's some things we can't talk about and we have to use code words for. So
yeah.
Exactly. And don't forget, we'll be there next week on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, like usual. I gotta say Eastern.
7 p.m. Mountain.
7 p.m. Mountain. I don't know if someone's there somewhere else, but yeah, that's it. So see you all guys next week, and thank you again. And come, let your friends know. Join us. Come and chat with us.